Welcome back. So today we're diving into something big. It's the one thing that really truly separates the people who just dream about being wealthy from the ones who actually make it happen. So why is that? You see these incredibly smart people. They know all the right things to do, but they just don't do them. And here's the kicker. It has nothing to do with being good at math. And it's definitely not about having more willpower. Actually, if you're relying on willpower alone, you're pretty much set up to fail. The real reason? It's a system failure.
Exactly. And for anyone who's new here, this whole framework comes from Tamir Kaham, the creator of the YouTube channel The Golden Path to Financial Independence. And what's so cool about his approach is his background. I mean, he's the official Hebrew translator of The Richest Man in Babylon, one of the all-time classics, so he's blending that ancient, timeless wisdom with really modern, practical systems engineering.
And this strategy is laser-focused on salaried professionals. Think about it. What happens every single payday? It kicks off this exhausting internal debate, right? Okay, how much should I save this time? Should I invest? Maybe I'll just do it next month. It's this constant, repeated decision that just drains your mental energy. And that's where we get to the heart of what we call the willpower myth. I want you to think of your willpower like a phone battery. Every little decision you make, all day long, what to wear, what to have for lunch, which email to reply to first, it just drains that battery bit by bit. So by the time 5 p.m. rolls around, you're in the red. And that's exactly when most of us try to make big financial decisions. Your brain is just fried, so what does it do? It takes the easiest path, which is usually spending money or just doing nothing at all.
And this is probably the most important takeaway from the source material. I want this to really sink in. Inconsistency is not a moral failure. It's a system failure. This should feel like a weight off your shoulders. You're not a bad person because you didn't manage to save last month. You just have a bad system. See, financial independence isn't built on motivation, which comes and goes. It's built on solid, reliable mechanisms. This really brings us back to that huge identity shift we've talked about before, moving from being an employee to an asset owner. You've got two mindsets here. The firefighter, or the employee, is always reactive. They're just standing around waiting for a crisis. Oh no, the credit card bill is here. Quick, spray some water on it. It feels like you're doing a lot of work, but man, is it inefficient. But the architect, the asset owner, they refuse to live like that. They don't want to be the one holding the hose. They design and install a sprinkler system, a system that works automatically so they don't have to. Okay, so let's get our bearings. Where are we in this whole journey? If we use that rocket launch analogy from the strategy, we are officially in stage 2. We've built our emergency fund. That means our safety systems are good to go. We've started attacking high-interest debt. That's like dropping the dead weight off the rocket. The engines are fired up. And step 9, where we are right now, this is the moment the mission commander says engage flight program. The pilot can literally take their hands off the controls because the guidance computer is taking over. It's time to activate the autopilot. And the whole idea here, the golden rule of automation, is so simple but so powerful. It's this. If a financial decision is something you have to do over and over again, you should only have to make that decision once. Just once. Seriously, think about it. You have to pay your rent or mortgage every month, right? So why are you deciding to pay it every single month? You make that good decision one time when you're feeling calm and rational, and then you build a system that repeats that good decision for you forever. Okay, so that sounds great in theory. But how do we actually build this thing? What does the machinery look like? Well, the source material breaks it down into 3 core automation mechanisms, and they're designed to work together, like gears in a single powerful engine.
All right, mechanism number 1, and this is probably the most important one, automatic transfers. This is the classic pay yourself first idea, but on steroids. The second your paycheck lands in your account, the system you built automatically pulls out your savings and investment money and sends it where it needs to go. So let's say you earn $5,000, but the system immediately moves $1,000. What does your brain see? It only sees $4,000. It's a fantastic little trick using Parkinson's law, which says your expenses will always expand to meet your income. Well, we're just artificially shrinking your income, and your spending habits will naturally adjust downwards to match. Next up, mechanism 2 is automated bill pay. Now, this one sounds so basic, but you would be shocked how many people still manually pay their fixed bills. Rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance. When you set this up to happen automatically, you totally eliminate what the source material calls the stupid tax. And we've all paid it, right? Those annoying late fees. But more than that, you get rid of the mental load, that little voice in the back of your head going, wait, did I pay the phone bill? Automation just turns all that noise into a quiet, reliable hum in the background. And the third piece of the puzzle is continuous investing. This means you go into your brokerage account and you set up a recurring automatic buy order for your investments. The real magic here isn't what it does, it's what it removes. First, it removes the anxiety of trying to time the market. You know that, is now a good time to buy? Is the market too high? Ugh, it's exhausting. Second, it removes emotion. The market crashes and the news is screaming sell, but your automation doesn't care. It just buys. Automated money has no fear and greed. It just executes the plan, relentlessly. And that's the real prize. That relentlessness, that's where you find the ultimate benefit, what the notes call mental quiet. Can you imagine? You stop checking your banking app a dozen times a day. That constant low-level anxiety just fades away. The internal negotiation about every little purchase just stops. You're no longer the person who's constantly managing money. You're the person who designed the system.
Okay, I know what some of you are thinking. Wait a minute, if I automate everything, don't I lose control? It's a fair question, but we really have to redefine what control means. Is constantly staring at your bank balance and stressing out, is that really control? No, that's just anxiety. It's you trying to control the cleanup after the mess has been made. True control, real control, is being the architect. It's designing the system that tells your money exactly where to go before the world even has a chance to try and take it from you.
And that leads us to another huge trap, analysis paralysis, right? The perfectionist in us says, okay, I'll set up automations as soon as I figure out the perfect amount to save. And you know what happens? It never gets done. The source material is crystal clear on this. Perfection is the enemy of done. You don't need the perfect amount to start. The goal right now is just to build the pipe. Automate $50 a month, $25. The amount doesn't matter at first. Just build the pipe. You can always increase the flow of water later, but if you never build the pipe, not a single drop is ever going to get through. So here is your mission for this week, and we're making it deliberately small so there are no excuses. Please do not try to automate your entire financial life this weekend. Just pick one thing, one recurring payment or one savings transfer that's a pain point for you. Then just log into your online banking, set it up to be automatic, and here's the most important part. Hit activate and then walk away. The whole point is to get a small win and prove to yourself that this works, to feel that shift in identity. I'm not a manager anymore, I am a designer.
Okay, before we get to the summary, we have to pause for a second for the important disclaimer. Look, everything we're talking about here is for educational purposes only. This is absolutely not personalized financial advice. There are no guarantees of any results. Your financial situation is totally unique to you, so you are responsible for doing your own research, for consulting with qualified professionals, and for making your own decisions. The responsibility is and always will be 100% yours.
All right, let's wrap this up with a quick summary. What did we cover today? Number 1, your willpower is a terrible, unreliable battery for making financial decisions. Number 2, a good system will beat motivation every single time. Number 3, the core machinery is built on 3 things: auto transfers, automated bill pay, and continuous investing. And finally, the real goal here isn't just about the money, it's about achieving that incredible mental quiet. Next up, we're going to be diving into step 10, building meaningful saving. And hey, if you're a visual learner and you want to see diagrams and deeper explanations of how all these systems connect, you've got to check out the full series on the YouTube channel. It's called The Golden Path to Financial Independence. Just search for that full name on YouTube or use the link you see on the screen. It's absolutely worth it to see the whole strategy laid out. Outro music fade,